There, I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent Training. In this video, we're going to take a look at the words trauma or trauma, traumatic, and traumatize. Sorry, I didn't have traumatize written yet, but we will be talking about that, trauma and traumatize. And there are a couple of different correct pronunciations that native speakers of American English use. So I'll highlight both of those for you so you can select the one that matches best for you, what you hear around you in your region, and learn to pronounce and use these words smoothly and easily in your everyday speech. If you're interested in the meaning and definitions for the words in our Word of the Day series, check out our free online course for Word of the Day on speechmodification.com. That includes these videos as well as definitions for the words. So looking at the word trauma, I wrote it here with the IPA with the ah vowel. So in American English, we have some areas of the country where they don't make a big distinction between ah, like law, and ah, like hot. And so you will hear both trauma with the ah vowel and trauma with the ah vowel. Where I grew up in the Midwest, we make a distinction between ah, and we would say trauma, trauma with more of an ah sound. But somewhere in between those two is where you're going to hear most speakers in American English. So there's kind of a continuum where ah is more rounded, slightly more closed than ah, which is more open and has no lip rounding. So either one, trauma with an ah or trauma with an ah, is correct, and you can use either. Listen for what you hear around you and match that as if you're struggling to choose which one to use. In both variations, the second letter A says the sound. It's an unstressed schwa because the first syllable has the stress. So the clear vowel is the tra, trauma, and the reduced vowel with just the little short sound is the second syllable. So when I have trauma, the same rules apply. When I add the suffix ties, so if I'm saying traumatize, we still have first syllable stress. I still can use either an traumatize, or an traumatize. And then we just traumatize. We add the I diphthong. So trauma tie. I'm rewriting it that way just because YE is another way we spell that I sound, and that might help you think about that tie sound, traumatize. In this case, in traumatize, we don't change that T. We do use a true T there. We have some secondary stress and a clear vowel and a true T on the traumatize. So not traumatize or traumatize with a stop T or a flap T, just traumatize with a true T. Okay, so we have trauma and traumatize. And then when something is traumatic, our syllable stress changes, and so do our vowels. So we have the stress on the ma syllable here. Instead of the first syllable, like in trauma, it becomes, rather than trauma, our AU letters get reduced again here to another schwa. So you don't want traumatic or traumatic. No clear vowel there. You want to make sure that's really short. Sounds like schwa, traumatic. A good way to practice this is start on your stressed syllable, matic, and then just add your first syllable like a light short stepping stone to the matic. So you would do matic, traumatic. As you probably heard, in that second syllable we have the black cat vowel, and in this case letter T, because it's followed by an unstressed syllable and it's between two vowels, does sound more like a D. It's our flap sound. So traumatic, my voice is on, my tongue touches up lightly, there's not a lot of force, and then I just release into the last syllable. The IC has an I vowel and a K sound, so ick, similar for other words that end with that suffix IC. So traumatic, trauma, and traumatize. When you can say the words by themselves, do try practicing them in some short phrases so that you can incorporate what you've learned, use that correct pronunciation more easily when you go to speak. And so, for example, you might say, he suffered a trauma. He had a traumatic brain injury. I don't mean to traumatize you with all of this bad news. Okay, thank you for requesting these words. If you have a request you'd like to see me cover in the Word of the Day series, you can leave that in the comments for this video or any of my videos. I'll add it to my list to cover in a future class. It will take me a few months to get to your word because we've had so many wonderful requests, so I have a nice long list I'm working through. If you don't want to wait for your request, you can attend our Friday live question and answer class. That's each Friday at 12 o'clock Seattle time, 3 o'clock Eastern time. You put your requests, questions, and comments in the chat, and I answer them for you live. Also, those of you who have joined the channel as channel members can make your requests at any time throughout the week. And in our Sunday members class, I'll cover the answers, so you don't have to wait either. You can get your requests right away and get help for the words that you need help with. Thank you so much, those of you who have subscribed to the channel, and especially to our channel members. I really appreciate your support. Remember, you can check out the Word of the Day classes on speechmodification.com. We have our free online course there, as well as our Sounds of English course that can help walk you through all of the consonant and vowel sounds in English. It's a great foundation for building pronunciation on specific words and patterns, but also for overall pronunciation in English. I suggest checking that out. It's only $2 and it's on speechmodification.com on our courses page. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye everyone. Hope to see you again soon.